Okay, and now we should be live. Ty Ortega.
We are live. Hello, I am
Welcome
Ty Ortega.
back to the podcast.
Yes, it's been quite a while.
It has been since the summer when I wanted to do the first of these like proper TFHS podcasts.
And that one went quite well.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
I mean, the technology all went smooth.
Yeah, definitely.
It was just, I mean, sometimes things go wrong and they don't go according to plan.
But that time it was just perfect.
Yeah, it was like God just
Smooth
decided to
as
take pity
butter.
on me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this time it's going to be
This time our voices will be legible.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, they'll be able to hear what we're saying, which could be better or it could be worse.
Could be, yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
So, it's no longer the summer. We have been through the majority of our senior year now.
Yes, just thinking back on that, that's just like on that fact, it's just weird to think about.
Yeah.
Like just it feels like just yesterday we were just doing the first podcast like this and we're like, oh no, the audio and everything.
Whereas now we're like, oh no, we have to figure out our lives and everything.
I was gonna say we have to apply, but it's a bit past that already.
We were past even the application process. Everyone's like, man, you're gonna have to apply to colleges and that's gonna consume your life. But now we're done applying.
Now it's like, now what?
Yeah, we're sitting here in limbo.
We're just kind of sitting waiting for
phone. Like, if too much air goes into the microphone, I think that's what causes that.
Oh, okay.
So, we should be good. Your mic levels are fine, so you can just talk from there.
Okay.
No, the weirdest thing is that all of my significant colleges, I hear back from them on April Fool's Day.
Oh, that's got to be the worst.
So if I get rejected, should I be happy?
They're gonna send you a follow-up the next day, be like,
April Fools.
I got you.
Boy, you sure looked worried.
No,
of all the days, like April 2nd, March 31st, there are so many.
Mm-hmm. One of the colleges I applied to, LMU, they constantly send out emails. Mm-hmm. So every time I open my email, I get an email from LMU, and I'm like, oh my god, is this the one? Is this the one? And then it's like, LMU speaker Josh Brandon speaks about this on campus, and it's like, great.
Or it's like,
I'm not there.
Double 100% sure you signed up for FAFSA?
Yeah.
Are you completely entirely sure? And
last day, extra last day. We've extended the deadline. Now's the last day.
I have gotten, I'm pretty sure, like 7, anywhere from 7 to 9 emails from SoundCloud in the past 3 days. Saying, we've extended our offer. Get 10% off SoundCloud Pro. And it's the same exact email. Mm-hmm. Except now it's ending Monday, and then 2 days later, ending Wednesday.
Oh my god. I swear I get like so many of those emails. Mm-hmm. But I don't put them in spam or anything. Because it's almost like a routine at this point. Yeah. It's like, I know that today is this day because I get those LMU emails. That's how I gauge my time. I'm like, I don't look at a calendar. I just look at my email. Okay, today's not the day.
There's at least it's one constant thing in life with everything changing all around us.
Yeah. I still get those LMU emails and I'm like, oh, okay. Everything's all right.
Spam email is comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. Spam. You ever had spam food?
I like spam.
Spam is like, in the right context is good, right? Mm-hmm. If it's Japanese Hawaiian food, then it's good.
Spam musubi. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. You ever just had spam fried rice?
I have not, but that sounds really good.
It tastes like fried rice, but with spam instead of some other meat.
Yeah. The last time I had spam, I was making spam musubi, but the spam that we had in the house was like way past its expiration date, but spam is spam, Yeah. It can go past its expiration date quite a bit.
1966 and you're good.
Yeah. But like cooking that is like, it's like, am I okay putting this in my body? Mm-hmm. But it's still spam. Yeah. It's good.
My suspicion is that the amount of things you can get away with putting in your body are pretty high and you're going to be fine. It's because we're just avoiding the one-off chance. Like you can eat raw eggs. It's just there's a small chance you're going to get salmonella. Yeah. That you're trying to avoid. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I've never I've always been a little bit squeamish about non-edible things. Like, there are a lot of kids who would you just used to like eat paper because it was fun, or just to show off. I guess I was never into that. I always stuck to food.
Yeah, I think there's been a few times where me and my friends have been like, oh, eat the paper bit. No, Ty, don't actually eat the paper. Oh, I'm gonna eat the paper, and I'm like, I shouldn't have ate that.
I've found that adhesives taste pretty good though, like masking tape.
Oh, really?
Masking tape. I went through a phase when I was 9 years old where I didn't eat masking tape, but I used it as gum.
Gum masking tape.
They were very worried about me. But I was like, no, guys, I swear it's good. You should try it. Because it was just like, those gum containers, that like the bubble gum tape?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Like Hubble Bubble or something like that.
Yeah, the Hubble Bubble bubblegum tape that I would just take half of. No, but because it reminded me of that. And I thought, oh, it's gum tape, because I always saw those at the little counter right at the grocery store or something before checkout. And I always wanted one. And so masking tape was...
That was your escape.
Yes.
I always had the what was it though? The baseball one with like the guy. I forget what it was called.
Oh,
Big League. Big League Chew.
And that's like
borderline
mowed
just
grass, right?
Yeah, it's like that.
It's shredded.
Mm-hmm. It feels, because didn't they like used to like just chew tobacco or something like that?
And then there's a big push.
Yeah, and it feels weird that you're just like, kids are just like just. Yeah, like that. And it has like the whole baseball thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, like back in the old days when bubble pipes were a thing.
Oh, yeah.
When tobacco companies were just totally allowed to give kids toy smoking products to get them ready psychologically.
Get them ready. It's weird. It isn't like, it's kind of off topic, but isn't the whole like, I don't know where I was going with that. Never mind.
No, I was interested.
I literally just lost my train of thought. Bubble pipes. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, there's no going back to that. Something to do with smoking.
Smoking is an interesting phenomenon.
It honestly, I still don't understand it to this day, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
Same with vaping. That's something I really don't get, because I just don't see the appeal of it.
I mean, what's interesting is that people smoke in movies so much. Mm-hmm. The reason why is because it looks cool.
Well, yeah, it's been like ingrained into our society that like the guy with like a leather jacket sitting in the corner like,
yeah, or like you've got the light in the back and then the guy smoking and there's a little bit of volumetric lighting.
Yeah, that's the guy you want to be.
Yeah, it just looks awesome if it's this dramatically lit shot and someone's smoking, because because I had to do like an application film for film programs. And so what you do, the first thing you do is you look up USC NYU accepted application film, and you look through all these little 5-minute short films that seniors in high school made, and so many of them have smoking in it.
Really?
It's almost like a prerequisite.
Just because the smoke looks pretty.
Yeah, just because it looks cool. It's like someone smoking for no reason. But yeah, I actually, nobody knows this but me. And I'm about to say it to the airwaves because it's been long enough. I used to smoke.
Really?
So let me qualify that statement. I've never smoked like a normal thing that you smoke, like tobacco or marijuana or anything. But what I used to do when I was home alone at my old house is at first I would just like take a lighter and I would go find like dry leaves and stuff, or dry little twigs, and I would burn them. And because I was basically replicating rap music videos, right?
Like
blunts and shit. And I just thought it looked cool to have the smoke kind of.
Oh, you got that grass.
Yeah, but then there were these one leaves that when they fell off the tree and they dried, they would kind of curl up to be this nice little tube shape. And I lit one of those on fire, and I thought, well, what if I just smoked the leaf, just the random leaf, and I started like getting more and more hardcore with it, and like putting. Like I would, at one point I smoked oregano leaf.
You smoked?
I smoked.
I smoked an oregano leaf.
Yeah, but that was like my bad habit, was that I would smoke completely benign, dead like tree leaves and spices and oregano and.
To be like those rapper dudes.
Yeah, just because I wanted to see the smoke come out of my mouth. I thought it looked cool, but I didn't. I did not like the sensation of the smoke going down your lungs. It feels terrible.
Yeah. I never, like, when I first saw smoking, I never thought they breathed it in. I thought it was just like...
Well, that's why you smoke cigars.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but then you realize, oh God,
That's going in their lungs?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it feels like there's smoke in your lungs. There's no... It doesn't feel better than you'd think it was. It feels about as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't smoke. Kids.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a drug, still don't smoke.
This is a big, like, one of those truth ads in disguise.
Yeah.
Don't smoke, don't vape.
Nope. Those ads cause vaping.
I don't know how, like, more out of touch you could be.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. The ones I'm thinking of are, like, they're a bit older. Like, they're not
Yeah.
the newer ones, because I honestly haven't seen them in a while. I don't get ads on, like, YouTube or anything. But, like, I'm thinking of, like, the old ones where they try to incorporate, like, really old memes into them, like bold font, like italic text in there, or like something like that. It's like, oh, there's a unicorn. What? I hated those commercials with a burning passion.
That was the thing that would have pushed me to start smoking or vaping.
Just the stress of seeing one of those. Oh God.
Just stick it to them, just to show them, like, no, this does not work. I'm giving them feedback. What better way? I think, okay, as the younger generation, this is a PSA to any young people who are watching or listening to this podcast right now. In order to fight back against these horrible, like, teen anti-smoking, anti-vaping PSAs, we need to start smoking and vaping.
We just went from don't smoke to start smoking and vaping.
Because what other way are they going to stop other than they realize, wait a minute, the kids who we're reaching with these ads are like 15% more likely to smoke than kids who never see these PSAs.
So they just see like tobacco and just cigarette sales just go through the roof.
No, they're causing like a second, because smoking was on its way out anyway.
Yeah.
Just because it's gross, and there's so many laws, I think, where you're not allowed to smoke in public places and in restaurants and whatnot. And so we're not used to secondhand smoke the way that kids of earlier generations would have been. So now when we smell secondhand smoke, it's gross. And so we think, well, I don't want to start doing that. And so that actually works. But then when we see that these like boomer ad executives who are trying to reach the kids are just so entirely out of touch, that to an infuriatingly like cringe level with their PSAs, it makes you want to just pick up a vape pen.
Honestly, yeah. Oh my God. Oh, you know what? I was the train of thought that I lost earlier. It was like, wasn't with the whole like outbreak thing, the epidemic, coronavirus or whatever, wasn't it like people with like who smoke are more likely or something like that? I don't know. Did I hear that it has something to do with like I don't know, something like involving your lungs or something?
Yeah, I know very little about the whole
I don't know. I know very little too. I heard like Mr. Hurst say something about like since the countries that have the most amount of people affected by it are more like more the population smokes there or something.
That's a coincidence, because there's a lot more smoking in Asian countries.
Yeah,
and so I think that just is how the cookie crumbled. I could see, because coronavirus is a respiratory thing. I could see that you could be worse off if you catch it and then you're already a smoker, so your lungs are weaker.
It could be leading to like the more deaths.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And also, old people tend to smoke more than young people, and old people are more like vulnerable to dying from coronavirus. So who knows?
Don't get coronavirus.
Don't get coronavirus unless they start making PSAs.
And then you have to. Like,
they're like, do you know the way to not get coronavirus? And you just want to hang yourself.
Oh, yeah. That would push me over the edge.
I wonder if there's a black market for vials of coronavirus saliva for like masochists, or like if you want to kill yourself or something.
Masochists.
Like if you're just like, I hate myself.
That's some really hardcore masochism.
I know. Masochist, I mean,
Like I've evolved from physical pain to just feeling like sick. Like I just want that.
I actively like my overall disposition to be more negative. I don't derive pleasure from hurting myself, because that would mean that I'm not really hurting myself.
Yeah. I just want my body to naturally just like hate itself. Like I just go up to like hospitals and I'm like, hey, you know that brain tumor that you just took out of that guy? I don't want it in me. I'll pay anything. Just put it in there.
But the problem is that if you die, then you're going to stop feeling pain.
Yeah,
so you can't die, even though dying would suck.
So so you have to like know your limits.
Yeah. You've got to keep yourself alive while being as miserable as possible.
Yes.
That sounds... Well, it doesn't sound awesome, but it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
I feel like... Is it just me, or is there just this narrative that if you are at all not cynical, then it's because you're stupid? Like, why is it that because there's this cliched archetype of the depressed genius who's so smart and enlightened that they realize how horrible the world is, and all the happy people are just idiots.
It's the whole like there's like that boomer comic that's like it's like the person who like is the most creative is like they don't have like there's a big wall, right, and the child is like sitting on notebooks and they don't have like a lot of knowledge, they can't see over the wall, and then there's like old dude who's sitting on top of like a lot of books and knowledge, and he's looking over and he's like, wow, look at all the pollution and all this oh my god,
Yeah, the more you know, and the more you're able to process that information in an intelligent and accurate way, the more you realize that life is completely meaningless and that people are evil.
Yes.
If you're happy, fuck you.
Die.
You are an idiot.
Oh my god. Can't we just vibe? Can't we just live it up?
No.
Clap.
Yeah, okay, we're back.
There we go.
You vibe.
Can't we just vibe?
No, because vibing, you're not like taking into account how horrible the world is.
You're
if
right.
You're just vibing.
You know what? I'll sad vibe.
That's one of the things I think our generation has on other generations, is that we're more comfortable with negative emotions, I think.
Yeah.
Just because it's a joke. Like
it's weird because we just grew up saying like, oh, please, just kill me. Just kill me. Just
I want to kill myself.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Depression, you know.
Oh my god, dude. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dying. I'm gone.
It's just our culture, but on the other hand, I feel like that can have negatives, but also the positive is that we're less afraid to like touch the darker aspects of our psyche. Like we can have a big pop song that everyone loves that goes, I'm the loneliest man alive, but I keep on dancing to throw him off, and we're like, yeah.
It's like the same thing with like mental health, like over the last decade or whatever. It's gotten like a big spotlight, you know. It's not like abnormal to be like, oh dude, I gotta go see my therapist, and you're like, oh, good on you. Yeah, go talk about your feelings.
Yes, mental health is important.
Yes.
Have you ever been on r/circle jerk?
No.
That I went on there one time. Just I don't know how I got there. It's a subreddit, and the very first post was mental health is very important, and then you click on it, and the comments are like, yes, people often stigmatize mental health, but blah blah blah, and those were all the comments.
Oh, because it's just a circle jerk.
Yeah. and then like the second one, it was something like, new study confirms Republicans have lower IQ on average than Democrats.
Oh my god. Reddit is weird.
Reddit is an interesting place.
It's funny because I go on Reddit, but like I have like, it's so varied. Like I have one, like I'm scrolling through my feed, I'm like, oh, idiots in cars, just car crashes and terrible things, and I'm like, wholesome things and like people being nice. I'm like, aw, what an idiot. He deserved that. He deserved that. Aw, you puppies. Oh, that guy died in a car crash.
I've not browsed the idiots in cars subreddit.
It makes you scared to go on the road. It really does.
All right. Well, maybe being scared to go on the road is maybe a healthy amount of fear is good, right?
A healthy amount, yeah.
I don't get this thing of like, I felt like I started wanting to drive too late, because when
Too late
because first of all,
too late, like
in life.
Oh, I thought you meant like too late at night. I was like, what are you, street racing now?
No, because first of all, I just kind of put off learning to drive because I had other stuff going on, or at least I felt like that, and I probably could have gotten my permanent license sooner, but I wound up not doing it. But then even when it was time, and even if after I had like passed the permit test and I was actually learning to drive, it was just a wholly negative experience. It's like, hey Frank, do you want to go endanger the lives of hundreds of people with jobs and families and have your mom be yelling at you the whole time about how you're screwing up? No, no, it's horrible. I never liked it. And then it wasn't until it really set in that everyone else could drive besides me that like I actually had a drive to go start driving. Because, you know, it was cool. We were all equals. We were all in this together. And then all of your peers start speaking in car jargon. And they're just like, oh my God, I got stuck behind a guy going 35 on freedom. And I'm just, that's cool. Anyway, I'm just gonna do some homework, you know. And everyone else is just talking about, yeah, you know, can I even speak? Can I even speak in full-on car jargon? It's like, oh, people are such bad drivers. I was trying to merge onto the fast lane when I was on Highway 1 and blah, 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 blah. I get it. You are more able to transport yourself than I am. You have this magical skill that I do not possess. And so I think that finally got me to be a little bit more stoked on finally catching up with everyone.
I know all the terms, guys. Yeah. I went on the fast lane.
I went on the fast lane.
Some guy was tailgating me. See,
yeah,
I know.
A guy was really tailgating me. Oh my God. Because there's nothing. There are very few things that infuriate me more than people just totally being not mean to in an actual interaction exchange way, but just berating other drivers. Especially teenagers. Because we are all bad drivers.
Yeah.
That's how it works, okay? Driving is a thing where the more experience you have, the better you're gonna be, more or less. But when people are like, oh, everyone on the road is so stupid. I mean, by that definition, you're also so stupid on the road.
You're on the road too, man.
The fact is that there are a staggeringly low number of car accidents. It's more safe than it should be to drive. And so I just feel bad because whenever someone's like, oh, some idiot on the road was blankety blank blank car jargon, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, that could have been me. Like, I screw up on the road all the time and I feel bad. And so I don't like just imagining the person in front of me who's going slow is like, God, what an incompetent doofus, you know?
What I feel like there's like one important thing that like I feel like in the future we'll tackle is that there's no communication in between cars. Like really all you have to like say there's a car behind you or in front of you, what you could do to like get their attention. Honk, which is inherently aggressive. Yeah. Like you honk, people are gonna be like, oh, am I doing something wrong? Are they angry?
When really it's just loud. More scary. You're like, and you're just saying like hi.
For like the course of like 5 minutes.
It's like nice car.
And then like the other, you could do it in your headlights, just like flashing your high beams, or you could like, I don't know, turn on a turn signal or put your hand out the window. But other than that, there's no way to talk with your fellow drivers.
That's what I've always said is that each car needs a citizen band radio frequency.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like every single car, because there are only going to be so many cars within proximity to each other, right? And so they all have, based on where you live, you all have a different frequency band. And this is, of course, an idea that doesn't work because people go far away in cars and go to other areas. But then you can just tune in to, you know, 300.5 or whatever and be like, so I'm like really late and you're going 10 below the speed limit. Can you please speed up? Thank you.
Going over a Hecker Pass is like, sir, I'm about to miss my child's birthday party. Can you just pull off to the side, please? Instead of just going, pull over, fuck face.
Yeah, that's like when you just want to get to the grocery store sooner because you're sick of driving slow. You can be like, I have a joint wedding and funeral to go to. You start driving, it's like, God, who's dying? Everyone's going to a funeral. Excuse me, sir. My daughter's funeral is in 5 minutes. I need to pass you up. Okay, sure thing, buddy.
I'm sorry, my wife is pregnant in the back seat. I'm gonna need you to move.
My wife is pregnant in the back seat. We're having the funeral at the hospital.
Oh my god. Just start mixing them.
Yeah, you just mix it up. And so you let the guy pass you, and then you get another call. Oh, shoot, this one is from 299.7. Okay. Excuse me, my son's funeral is in 5 minutes.
So many funerals.
What's with everybody? With there we go.
And we are back.
I don't think we were on. I'm pretty sure that when I perceive it as off, we are actually off.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, we need communication between cars.
Because it's like, I know one of the funny things that, like, I don't know if other drivers do this, but like when I'm driving on the freeway or somewhere, I have a while to go, someone like drives up and like they're either in front of me for a long time. It's like, oh, we're buddies, dude. We're going to like the same place. I get attached to cars that are like in front of me or behind me.
Yeah.
And I'm driving next to them. I'm like, wow, me and this guy we have a bond.
You know what happened yesterday?
What?
I was behind a white first transit van,
Right.
all the way through Freedom going to school.
Really?
And then I had rehearsal after school, and I left at sort of a weird time. And then when I left, I was behind him going back on Freedom.
Aww.
It was so adorable. We had a little reunion.
I see. I love when I do that, but I love it when I do that because it's just like you feel this bond between drivers.
Yeah.
But then they leave, and it's like you didn't say goodbye.
Yeah.
You didn't goodbye, and then it's worse when you have to leave. You're like, we've been through so much.
Yeah. I think it's time.
And then you have to turn the turn signal and turn off, and you pull up, and you look out the window. You're like, no. I always try when I'm turning at a red light. I always try and match my turn signal with the person in front of me too.
Oh yeah.
But it's off by like half a second,
Yeah,
and you're
because
like,
not everyone's turn signals are at the same time interval. I don't think. Yeah, turn signal was a great metronome. I always am like. It's like
I do that too, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, just imagine if you would be able to go. This is gray Civic to white Camry. It's been fun.
You have like call signs.
Yeah, how would you do that besides? I mean, radio is kind of the obvious option, but then if two cars come together that have intersecting radio frequencies, then it doesn't work. So maybe there could be some like Wi-Fi thing or whatever. You hear that, car manufacturers?
Get on that.
Get on it.
We need this. Elon Musk, put that in your Teslas.
Come on, Elon.
Come on, you have like games in your cars already. You
Yeah.
can't be distracted about like radio frequencies or Wi-Fi over your big tablet in your car.
Yeah.
Have you ever ridden in a Tesla?
Yeah.
They are like. Have you driven
Tesla?
it?
I've not driven a Tesla.
It is weird because they have like. I think they call it accelerated braking because my dad owns one.
Yeah.
And like he used to make me drive it when I was first learning how to drive, which is weird because they have accelerated braking. So whenever you take your foot off the gas, it automatically just starts slowing down.
Yeah. Well, I have an electric car that is not a Tesla. It's an old ass Nissan Leaf. And it has, when you're in eco mode, it has a similar thing.
Oh, really?
Where if you take your foot off the gas, it's gonna decelerate faster than it would just with the momentum dissipating. I love how we have immediately devolved into car jargon.
Where we were just talking about.
I've become what I set out to destroy. It's like George Lucas becoming the head of a Hollywood mainstream movie empire.
You were supposed to destroy the dark side,
You're
not join
supposed to
them.
destroy the car jargon,
Not join it.
not join it. Anyway,
Do you prefer having an electric car to a gas one?
I go back and forth because my range is abysmal. I have
Really?
like a 50-mile range on
Really?
supercharge. Yeah.
Jeez.
Because it's a super old car and the battery diminishes with time, and so I can't go anywhere. Like I don't think I could drive to Gilroy and back on one charge.
Yeah, I like my drive from my house to school. That would from my house to school and back. Your tank would be done.
Yeah, and so that really sucks because I can't. Like I wish I could get better at driving, but I always feel bad about I can't like I get experience going on longer trips and everything, and I can't really go out and practice driving. I don't drive that much because I've got to be really conservative per charge. On the other hand, it's way cheaper for fuel, and so I don't pay for fuel, and my parents pay like a negligible amount of fuel compared to a gas car. So it's, you know, it's nice, but it also kind of sucks.
See, you have the excuse of my car can't take me that far.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't go out. I like the comfort of my room. I just don't drive, you know.
But yeah, I just call everyone Earth hater now.
What?
They have the gas cars destroying the environment.
I'm gonna my gas car. I'm just gonna.
How dare you?
Don't hurt me.
Haven't you seen those turtles with the soda can plastic holder?
Oh
things?
my god. I love. There was the whole craze of the plastic straw thing.
Yeah.
I did like. What? You saw one video of a turtle and a plastic straw, and then you're like, "That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Paper straws everywhere."
Yeah.
If you have a plastic straw, you are done.
Paper straws
Canceled.
everywhere. Meanwhile, you're cutting down trees to make the paper straws.
Yeah.
And like, meanwhile, you could be like, I don't know, donating to charities that are helping people who are starving. Or
But
something.
no,
Or
those
wildlife
plastic
reservations.
straws,
No, the plastic straws are the problem.
They are destroying our environments.
Yes.
Get rid of them all,
Get
and
rid of
then
them all.
we'll be in world peace.
Finally.
North Korea, we're gonna be friends with them because
Yep.
they're gonna be like, you guys don't have plastic straws, dude. We don't have plastic straws.
Yeah,
and then
we
gonna
don't have any straws.
We're gonna shake hands.
We can't afford them.
we have straw. No, we do have straws. We just don't have anything to drink from.
North Korea.
North Korea.
What an interesting place.
I used to be.
I've said the word interesting way too many times on this podcast.
Yeah.
Next time I say interesting, stop me.
I will mark it on my hand. There.
Okay.
But North Korea is like, I used to be like very invested in like everything going on there because, you know, it's like, especially when there's like the whole nuclear threat thing, I was like, I want to stay involved in that. That's kind of scary. But I haven't really, like, what's been going on? Do you know?
I don't know.
They're just doing their thing over there.
Being North Koreans and
As they do.
yeah, as one does when you're in North Korea. Apparently on Steam, right? They have a map of everyone who's like playing games on Steam.
Oh,
right now.
yeah. I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, where like the whole world is lit up, and usually even on if you look at the world at night, and you can see everyone's lit up except for North Korea, but then there's the one light coming from Pyongyang. Same thing happens on the Steam map of who's playing on Steam right now because it's Kim Jong-un. There's one dot.
Now the real question is, what is he playing?
I don't know. I don't play video games. I
couldn't tell you.
yeah. I wonder if Kim
Probably
Jong-
Farming Simulator.
Yeah. Probably Tetris.
Yeah. What were you about to say? I cut you off.
I wonder if Kim Jong-un's like a nice guy, if you were to actually meet him.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, the only interaction I've seen with him.
I thought about it. The
Didn't
only
he like
interaction
meet
I've-
with Donald Trump with him
The
like
only
once?
interaction I've had with Kim Jong-un was when I was like 11.
Yeah.
And
You know, I was in a Walmart the other day, and Kim Jong-un was just there in line. I was like, "Oh, dude, aren't you Kim Jong-un?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's me. How'd you know?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're all over the news. Like, how do you not know?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah."
he's like, "So do you want an autograph or
And
what?"
I was like, "No, I
don't
totally
worry
get
about
it, man."
Can we take a selfie though?
And he's like, "Oh yeah, dude." And he's like, he's so cool. Like he gets it. You know? He's really down
nice
to earth.
the fans.
Yeah. We were definitely not paid to say that.
No. Oh, by the way, so have you heard about Mike Bloomberg? Speaking of things
Yes,
I'm not
I've
talking
actually heard of him.
What a great guy! Wouldn't he make an incredible president?
Yes, 100%.
Luckily-
I think that everyone should vote for him.
Yes.
Yes.
Go out and vote.
Go out and
Yeah,
vote.
Mike Bloomberg.
Mike Bloomberg.
So anyway, yeah, I just feel like I don't get it when people are bribed for stuff. Like, what? Why is money worth more than your integrity?
well,
You know who has a lot of integrity? Mike Bloomberg.
Mike Bloomberg.
Speaking of which.
he will never be bribed.
So Ty, I bought a Tesla.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got a lot more money, and I bought a Tesla.
Nice. Where'd that money come from?
So, what were we talking about?
I don't know. It just
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, vote Bloomberg.
Vote Bloomberg. Yeah.
Okay, I definitely stole that joke from Reed. I'm sorry, Reed. I'm sorry, Reed, but it's too good.
Hey, actually, I bought a Tesla, and I got a new paint job on it. It says Bloomberg 2020 on it.
Because I support Bloomberg.
Yeah, because it's just my personal beliefs.
Yeah.
Not because of any money.
I wish I was born in the wrong generation. Because I had this idea.
The age-old saying.
Yes, no, but I'm dead serious. If I were born 4 years earlier, 5 years earlier, and I had a car during the 2016 presidential election, I missed my chance to do the funniest thing of all time and have both a Trump and a Hillary sticker. It just confused the shit out of people. Be like, ooh, he has a Hillary sticker.
Wait.
He has a Trump sticker too? Or, ooh, he has a Trump sticker. He has a Hillary sticker too?
What was Hillary's like?
It was the H with the arrow.
No, what was her like phrase? Because I know
her.
What?
I'm with her.
I'm with her. So you could say like, "Make America
Great with her."
great with her again."
Yeah.
And people look at it and be like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'll make America."
Yeah, make America great with
her
again.
again. Yeah.
I just feel like Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were both great.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
either way, it would have been a great outcome. You know, Donald Trump's such a cool guy who's
Yeah, I actually saw him at Walmart the other day.
taking out the establishment. Hillary Clinton's such a seasoned politician who knows what she's doing. First woman president. I just feel like either way, it would have been great.
Yeah.
Said no one. Like that,
Yeah.
that in retrospect should have been my position. Which is just like, I actually like both Trump and Hillary.
Can we just have like a dual presidency? Yeah.
That would be interesting. That's my new filler word.
One.
Does that work with a dry erase marker? I guess it does.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's enough so I can wash it off later. But that's one.
Okay. I screwed up. I said the I word.
The I word.
The I word.
Never say the I word,
No.
especially not in front of streams.
Yeah. Don't smoke.
Don't smoke.
Vote for Bloomberg.
Vote for Bloomberg, and don't say the I word.
Don't say the I word.
It is a cancer on our society. Do not say the I word.
Yes. If you say the I word, I will take my vial of coronavirus saliva and inject it into your bloodstream.
Directly.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Bloomberg.
So, yeah, what else is going on besides that? I feel like the coronavirus is the big to-do.
That's the big thing. Oh, you know what? The trips got canceled.
Yeah.
And that sucks. That really does suck. But like, it's understandable. Did the Olympics get canceled in Tokyo?
I do not know.
Because I know Sensei is saying something like, "Oh, if the Olympics get canceled, the trip's probably gonna get canceled." But I don't know if it did.
I think the reason why the trips got canceled is because the travel companies were worried that one of the flights would get canceled.
Well, yeah.
So because they don't want to leave kids stranded in Japan.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I know that would be kind of cool. But they, legally
The
speaking,
next
that would be
Hurley
bad.
stream, stranded in Japan.
stranded in
We're gonna
Japan.
go interviewing like random strangers.
Hello. Hello. How much English do you speak? Speak des.
Now, here's the thing.
EA or hi?
Do you really expect us to be able to interview people on the street after what happened in London?
And they spoke English.
And they spoke English.
Yeah, I remember thinking that I was gonna like have conversations and stuff with people in England. Meet British people.
Some like cultural exchanges.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, what
When
is it
mean-
like to like
Yeah.
what and then they ask us and we're like, wow, dude, it's like this and
Yeah.
this. And it's like, wow.
When meanwhile, all it was like, do you want a receipt with that? And they're like, no, thanks. Okay. And that would be
want a-
full £1.99
Do you want a receipt for your salmon?
for your salmon. So for those who do not know the story that we're referring to, we were filming a video on the England trip freshman year. And we needed to figure out a way. The idea was that Lucas was chasing Ty, and we needed to figure out a way, narratively, not like in real life, to get Lucas deported from the United Kingdom and back to the United States so that Ty could do his thing. And I had remembered a fun fact that I had actually learned in Bible class that freshman year, that it was in the United Kingdom. It is illegal under the Salmon Act of 1986 to handle a salmon under suspicious circumstances. Is the verbatim quote. And so we thought, well, what better way for Lucas to get deported than for him to break the Salmon Act of 1986? And so the only way to get your character in the video to break the Salmon Act of 1986 is to actually buy salmon. And we got like a decent salmon fillet, and we blew a ton of money on it at what was it called? It was Name and Name. It was like it was because it was in York.
Right.
And it was a grocery store.
It was some grocery store.
Marks and something.
I don't know. Tesco. I don't know.
Yeah. And then we went out onto like a fairly busy street corner where there were a lot of people walking. And we got the salmon out of its packaging. And we had Lucas on a little fake walkie-talkie talking about, look, we are a vigilante organization, and we're not going to bow to the government's demands of what our conduct is going to be. You understand? Like, just saying gibberish, just saying suspicious-sounding gibberish like that on the intercom while he was just caressing this slab of salmon in his other hand while I'm filming him. And it was pretty great.
It was pretty great.
Yeah.
But we never got someone. The idea was that someone would see him.
Oh, yeah.
Ideally, like just some random bystander, and then pull up their phone and be like.
Yeah, they called the English version of 911.
Yeah.
And
that's never mind, I don't know what that is. I thought I knew it.
Yeah.
99, no. Anyway.
Anywho, but so we sat there, we had like 2 hours to just roam free.
We spent a good was it like a full hour?
It might have been a full hour because we got all the shots with Lucas easy. That's no problem. And then we just needed one of the people walking by. We were going to ask them, hey, can you be in our movie real quick? We just want to get one shot of you like looking suspicious and pulling out your phone to call the cops. And we couldn't ask anyone.
I think we
well, we did
we managed to ask maybe two or three
we
people.
asked one person.
But
that was after an hour of you ask him.
Well, I think there was definitely two. I remember asking a lady, and she was like, no, I'm busy. And then she just walked up. I think.
I'm not sure.
And then there was the one guy in the street corner.
There was the guy with long hair.
That's the one we could agree on.
Sorry, my girlfriend's
she's about to pick me up or something.
Supposed to pick me up, and then
and then he just stands there, and then he just walks off. Yeah.
So I'm a bit camera shy. I don't think. No, I can't be on camera. Fucking terrible at the accent.
Yeah, but
but yeah, I was just sitting there like, Ty, go ask some. He's like, no, you ask him. You're the director. I'm like, no, Ty, you do it. And we're like, Lucas, you go ask somebody. Lucas is like, I'm holding a slab of raw salmon in my hand.
It's one thing to go up and ask a stranger to be in your film. It's another thing to ask a stranger to be in your film in a foreign country.
Yeah. While you're breaking a very unique law of that foreign country, which we might have been the only people to have ever actually broken the Salmon Act of 1986.
Honestly, we were pretty suspicious there. Yeah. We were standing there for an hour on that street corner.
Yeah. Lucas was caressing
police officer. He had a walkie-talkie. We had a camera.
Yeah.
That was pretty. A police officer could come right up there and be like, you guys are going to come to the station with us. Yeah.
No, that was we are international criminals.
Yes.
Yeah. So what?
Don't rat us out.
Mm-mm. If you're listening to this stream, you never heard that. we were gonna break a law in Japan, but we never
got around to actually looking that up.
Well, we looked it up. We just couldn't figure out a good one. Let
me look up some obscure laws.
Okay, I remember some of them. One of them was that if you get abducted by aliens, you have to report it to the government. If you get abducted by aliens and you don't tell anyone, that's illegal. The best one was that if you're a guy and you I don't think it had anything to do with being engaged. No, I think it's if you're a guy, you're either engaged or you just have a girlfriend, your older brother is allowed to marry your girlfriend, and that overrides your decision. And that's still around.
What the fuck?
So yeah,
so strange.
younger siblings.
Okay, so here's that one you're talking about. If you discover life in outer space, including the moon, that may be hazardous to public health, you're required to immediately report it to the Secretary General of the United Nations, as well as international scientific community.
Which is what we should have done. We should have just discovered some hazardous alien life and not reported it.
Yeah. We could have, if you die in a duel, the national insurance companies won't pay out to your next of kin.
Darn.
Damn it. You can't brew alcohol stronger than 1% at home. Marriage will be invalidated if you married the wrong person.
What?
Okay.
Who decides who's the wrong and right person?
If you marry the wrong person,
Yeah.
does it just mean like, oh, you know, I just don't feel like this is right?
No, it's not.
Invalidate.
Like that. It's not like that. It's like you sign up with the government. Hey, we want to get married, and they're like, this is wrong person. Find the different person.
They don't pass the test.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's just pufferfish. It says you need to obtain a license or certificate before able to.
We should have eaten pufferfish. We should have eaten unlicensed pufferfish. That would have been fun.
It is forbidden to damage or throw away money.
That's easy.
Yeah.
We could have easily done that, but it's not that interesting. Interesting.
That's 2.
This is unsettling. My inability to resist uttering the I word.
The I word. The dreaded I word.
It's the I word.
The I word.
Anyway. So yeah, we should have broken some weird laws in Japan, but we didn't.
Yeah. Japan was so much fun. It's really a shame that we're not going this year.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go anyway. So I'm more like, yay, I don't get to regret like not trying to scrape together the money to go. But yeah, I mean, it was great to be in Japan and like see Japanese things, and you walk down the street and there's like a bunch of Japanese people.
I still don't understand why KFC is such a big thing over there.
I mean, I've never been to KFC.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been to one recently, but like KFC, like, okay, we're gonna go fast food tier list right now.
Okay. I'm a fast food pleb. I've been to McDonald's twice. I've never been to like.
You know
Burger
what?
King. I've never
Honestly,
been to-
you should hold that like as a that's a badge of honor, because the people who go to fast food aren't there because, oh wow, this food is delicious. It's just because they're too lazy to either
Yeah.
cook, or they just don't have time,
Yeah.
or they just like really can't afford anything.
So what's the fast food tier list?
So McDonald's is good.
Yeah.
I hate that, like, I've eaten at a lot of fast food places. I try not to, but like McDonald's is good. I personally like. There's a lot of people that don't. It's kind of subjective.
Yeah.
Burger King is kind of good. Chick-fil-A is like way up there. Like everyone loves Chick-fil-A.
I've never been to Chick-fil-A. I have been to Popeyes once.
I've never been to Popeyes.
Popeyes is quite good.
Really?
The chicken sandwich is very good.
I'm gonna try that sometime. I know KFC. The reason why I brought up KFC, because the last time I was at KFC was probably a few years ago, and like I just remember it being disgusting.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why, but just the quality of the store.
I
And,
bet you the KFC in Japan is way better though.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the fact that they love it so much, I mean, it's got to be good.
Yeah.
I remember were you there when we went to the McDonald's in
No.
Japan? Because there's a McDonald's that is like 5 stories tall. So like the first story is like, it's not even like you don't walk in. It's just like a little booth that you just walk up to. You order your food, and then they give it to you on a tray. You can get it to go or eat it there.
Yeah.
But you, instead of like going out inside the store, you literally just go up the elevator or the stairs up to like 5 floors of just seating area, and it's really cool because I mean
pretty
you
cool.
can go to like the very top and just like have like a little
Yeah.
McDonald's dinner right
Does
there.
the food taste better? Is it better McDonald's?
I guess a bit better. I mean, I didn't really notice a big quality jump.
Yeah.
But Family Mart though,
Family Mart?
Family Mart is what we lived on.
7-Eleven. I didn't live on Family Mart as hardcore as you guys did. I more like wanted to get a more holistic food experience.
Honestly, I kind of regret not doing that because we really missed out on a lot of foods. Like I know that
You just got like the spaghetti plate a billion times.
oh my god, Tristan always talks about how like he got the spaghetti plate and like I don't know, maybe he like I forget what it was, but like he took it like without paying once, I think, accidentally. So he's like, I'm an international criminal.
He's an international criminal too.
Yeah. We have a whole network.
Heck yeah. Let's break some laws in foreign countries.
We need to get some Family Marts in the States, man.
Oh my god, we do.
Because it's just 7-Eleven, but just way better.
Yeah.
Just higher quality stuff.
No, but the 7-Elevens in Japan are also just better.
Well, I'm just saying American 7-Elevens, but better. Because the 7-Elevens and the Family Marts in Japan are just good.
Yeah. Why does Japan just get better stuff?
Yeah.
It's not fair.
They're just better.
Yeah. It's just like, what did they do to deserve superior everything?
Where are we spending our money?
I guess like what, the military industrial complex?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who's going to fix that though? Mike Bloomberg.
Mike Bloomberg, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Vote for Mike Bloomberg and he's going to solve all your problems. He's going to put Family Marts in the States.
Yes.
Yes, he actually hasn't said that, but he told us. We were at a Walmart the other day, and he told us. He's a really cool guy.
Got a selfie with him and everything. He's like, you know what this Mart should be? Not of the wall variety. It should be of the family variety.
We're like, yes. What?
Wow. Family Marts, if they come to the United States, though, they're just gonna suck.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have the delicious triangular sandwiches.
Oh my god, those were amazing.
The egg sandwiches.
It's like nothing from like a gas station store like that deserves to be that good.
I know.
It's too good for this world. That's why they're only in Japan.
That's why they're only
the
in
world doesn't deserve them.
Yeah, when is Japan going to secede from Earth?
The whole
So that they can be their own tiny little planet, like a little.
they're just
moon.
gonna rise off the ground. They're taking all their anime with them too.
I can't wait till Japan is the second moon of the Earth. You have to just fly on a little space shuttle thing.
Oh,
to
dude,
get
do
there.
you want to have a watch party of that new anime is coming out like tomorrow? Oh, dude, like we can, but like we have to import it all the way from like Moon 2. Yeah. Like
we have to go all the way to Baikonur Cosmodrome and lift off.
I really haven't gotten jet fuel in my rocket like in the past like week, so I don't think I can go.
I cannot wait until in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. If space travel is way more accessible, that's just gonna be the coolest thing.
Dude, that would be so cool to be the generation to at least see that.
Yeah, because NASA's not gonna do anything. Don't trust NASA.
Yeah,
but private sector's doing okay. SpaceX is making progress. Blue Origin, I guess they're also Blue Origin. Good job, but like there are just super rich people who drop a couple $100,000 on an amateur launch.
Wasn't there a while ago they had like the first like passenger who just paid to go on a trip or something?
That was in like 2001.
Nah, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
No, but what I'm saying is that what we have now more recently are people who send tiny little satellites into space with a rocket just because they can afford to blow a couple $100,000 for fun. There's no corporation, there's no entity. They're just doing it. And so that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I want to hold the world record. That would probably be my favorite world record to hold. Is lowest budget space flight.
Lowest budget space flight.
Yeah. Because like imagine
raid every dollar store in the country.
Because you've seen those videos where they have a camera on a helium balloon, right? Mm-hmm. And it goes up into the upper stratosphere or whatever, and you can basically see the curvature of the Earth, and then it comes down. It's got a parachute mechanism. Can you just? I guess making a second stage rocket off of that would be difficult, but like, I don't know. That's one of my little fantasies is get stuff into space. I don't know if this is real, but I heard about a guy who launched a big metal D20 into space, and so then it shines really brightly.
Really?
Because it's rotating around, and so
Oh, that's
only
cool.
one side of the D20 gets the sunlight. And so you can see it because it's going around the Earth. It's orbiting and it's flickering.
That's sick.
I'm not sure if that's real though. I don't
I'd
know.
like to believe that's real.
Yeah, I've just never confirmed that because people don't believe me, and like my dad told it to me. But yeah, that's like that's got to be like the series finale of On the Cheap is like moon mission, man moon mission on the cheap. Like how janky could you make a man moon mission?
How terrifying would that be?
It'd be awesome.
They had they had a NASA flight go up,
Yeah.
and one of them didn't make it.
Yeah,
like,
one of them didn't make it, and the other ones were. I mean, they were so precarious.
yeah,
Apollo 11, you know, the crew of Apollo 11, which was Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, were not like A-list astronauts. They were the B-listers who were like the backups for Apollo 8 or whatever it was. And they sent them up on the first flight because there was such a high chance that it would be a total disaster. They didn't want to waste their good astronauts on the test
oh,
flight.
that's got to be a terrible feeling. Hey, look, so this flight is it's got like maybe like 50% chance survival
That's really
rate.
what it was. That was what the astronauts were told. There was about a 50% chance you'll come out of this alive.
That's such a terrible feeling.
Yeah. But and now they're the only moon landers people care about. Nobody has any idea about Apollo 12 and 13, 14. And people know about
I can't name them, unfortunately.
It's 13 didn't make it, and then it goes up to 17. But yeah, now Apollo 11 is the only one that anyone cares about. So who's the A-listers now?
Us soon.
Yeah.
Because we're going tomorrow.
When? Because didn't in the State of the Union address, Trump said something about the Artemis program.
The Artemis?
Which is another like man moon mission thing. So at least they're saying they're gonna do it.
Oh, right.
But NASA's been saying they're gonna make a new space station since like a couple of years after the ISS, and that was in the early 2000s. NASA cannot do anything, and so I think it's up to the amateurs to send someone.
I think it's up to us.
Yes,
On the cheap.
on the cheap.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. See the rocket launch. Sponsored by Mike Bloomberg.
We were just gonna send like a giant Bloomberg poster into space. That would be pretty fun. That would be like a really far way to go with the joke. Even if you just have helium balloons, like controlled little helium balloon thing that has a little Mike Bloomberg bobblehead and some Mike Bloomberg paraphernalia,
yeah.
and just so that you can make the title of the video like sending a Mike Bloomberg poster into near space, not paid for.
That's great.
God, it's a weekend. I could buy some balloons. I need to start doing this.
Yeah, dude. It's so often that like we just have these ideas and we just let them slip by.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's also illegal.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
You'd
that's-
probably need to check a few legal books, call a lawyer
Yeah.
or something. But you know, it'd
That's
be fun to
airspace, and it drifts. You've got to be in a good enough field so that you know where the thing's going to land. And so you need to track it. It's not just the camera. But what I've always thought is like, why don't you just attach it to miles and miles of fishing line? Make it like a kite.
Yeah, that would work, right? I mean,
I think
could it break?
maybe. But how do you get it into space? I feel like you need a rocket to actually get it to space, and I don't think that
Helium
you can-
boom stops at some point. You can't really go.
Yeah, that's the idea. But the question is, and this is a physics problem that I don't know the answer to.
Yeah, I didn't take physics.
Yeah, me neither. We're the last class, by the way, who doesn't need to take physics.
I'm so happy.
Yeah,
about
class
that.
of 2021 needs 3 years of science.
Oh God.
Sucks to be you, class of 2021 and below.
Didn't have to take physics. Didn't take chemistry. I did take chemistry.
You did take chemistry. You were
Yeah.
in Mr. Bingham's class.
It's just so forgettable. That was an interesting class. It was so.
Do I
easy.
get to mark my?
That
Yes.
counts for me too.
Yes. Oop. Okay.
That was a very intriguing class.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No, so here's my physics question. If your second stage of your ascent is a rocket, can you attach a rocket that's timed to go off to your helium balloon structure. And so you send the thing up on a helium balloon, and you know that it's going to be oriented correctly because you've got like 4 different points of, it's like a piece of plywood or something. And you've got 4 different clusters of helium balloon on it, so it's going to stay pretty much level. Can you launch a rocket from that, and will it go anywhere? Like if you have one of those little baby rockets.
Maybe. I mean, there's gotta be like so many variables to take into account with that.
Yeah.
Like the force that's the rocket's like, is it gonna shake the thing around? Is it gonna like? But I mean, I guess if you could figure out like workarounds to anything, like factors that would play into it, I guess it could work.
Do you need the resistance of the ground in order to get liftoff?
No, I
Is
mean
the question, or does the resistance of the air around you, because
it could be windy, we could blow it off or anything. I don't know.
But what I'm saying is that people launch rockets from space, like the Saturn V. Only the first 2 stages, you see like the first 2 stages come off when it launches from the ground, but then the actual command service and lunar module got launched while they were basically got to like low Earth orbit level, and they waited until the right time, and then they hit their thrusters from there, and then they had to hit thrusters because they orbited the moon in the command and service module, and then they hit the thrusters on the service module to get back from there. So that would imply that you can launch a rocket from the air and it'll go the right direction.
SpaceX, you listening?
Well, SpaceX launches stuff into space all the time. I'm talking about like me on Sunday. How do I get something in orbit? That's just like the ultimate flex. Oh, what's that? You?
What are you gonna put up there? What's the one thing?
Just a Sputnik thing, just something with a radio signal, so that I can confirm that it's up there. So yeah, just something going just like Sputnik.
I forget who it was, but like, wasn't there some guy that like sent up his like burrito in a helium balloon or something?
Oh yeah, French toast.
Yeah,
French toast. Garlic bread.
Yeah, it was garlic bread.
But that's just into the upper atmosphere. I'm talking about low Earth orbit. Like, I want this thing to smash into the International Space Station. So yeah, that's got to be tough. And then the other physics question is, do you need thrust to keep it in orbit, or does it just stay? I feel like, okay, the idea of orbit is that up to a certain point, it wants to escape the Earth's gravity and just like go into the vacuum of space. But there still is a little bit of gravity, so those 2 forces fight against each other, and it winds up curving, and it goes around and around and around. So because Sputnik didn't have any thrusters on it. So all I need to do is get something high enough into space, and it will orbit.
Right.
God, that would just be so cool to be able to say, because then it's like, that's a good comeback to anything. Oh, I teammate CCS. I have a satellite in orbit right now.
Put that on your college apps.
I should have done that before college so that I could put on my dang apps. What is going on with the video? Are we back?
Oh shoot! When did that stop?
I don't know. It's been like having issues the whole time, but it always comes back. Camera's still working. All right, Ty, entertain the audience.
So, Mike Bloomberg. No. Frank is going into OBS. He is diligently working here. He's opening this.
We're back.
And we are back.
Yay! You can see us moving. Anyway, yeah. Like, what? How can you top having your own satellite?
That's like, it is the ultimate flex.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything that would top that. No, you can't top
The
that.
only thing is that I've been to space.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the only way you can top it, which eventually
Somebody will.
Eventually, I want to make like something that's half made out of cardboard and duct tape. Go into orbit. That would
be...
Yeah. God, I love low budget space travel. Just a very dangerous fascination to have.
Low budget space travel.
Because like,
You usually want to go all out
You've
on that.
got billions of dollars, then of course you can get someone into orbit. That's no fun. They do that all the time. What I'm talking about is like $2,000.
Just a lot of construction paper.
You take
We got
those,
fish bowls on our head.
if you like get a really long thin thing in the mail and it's in one of them cardboard tubes, you use 4 of those for structure.
There you go.
And then you take butcher's paper and you wrap the rest of the thing
Oh
in.
my god.
That's gonna be humanity, I hope. Everyone says, well, maybe the future isn't exploring outward but exploring inward into the world of computer simulations. No, space is way cooler
There's
than
still
that.
so much out there.
Yeah.
You go see it.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, space is just like the #1 coolest thing to explore. I don't care about the ocean that much. Although Josh and I, well, every year, and there's way too late, Josh and I have too many projects, but every year they do the boat races. Last boat races, we were getting so hyped on our plan to make a duct tape submarine.
Oh my god. That would be that would have been amazing.
It would have been beautiful, but yeah, we never got around to that because it's so. My understanding is that the main issue is that it takes a lot of weight to actually sink the thing, and then you have to really dial the weight of it because you need like the math works out. You need like thousands of pounds of weight on the thing in order to get it to sink. And then you need to just exactly dial the amount of weight to get it to like go in the middle of the
Or else
of the
then it's
pool.
just gonna sink to the bottom, and then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, like Josh was convinced that we could figure out a way to like have me in there opening a little ballast to get the thing just right, and I'm like, all right, Hurley the climber, I am at -5 feet, ready to proceed forward. But the only way to do it is to just completely sink and then slowly cut. Like slowly cut lines to weights so that you can like slowly get up. It would have just been really, really difficult. And if we had a year to ourselves with no school, we could do it. But that's not how life works.
Yeah, unfortunately. God.
How cheap is the cheapest submarine? Because James Cameron has that little
Google
guy,
shall
right?
answer. Cheapest submarine. Let's see. Let's go to the Google shopping tab. If only. Submarines for... it's so weird to just see submarines for sale by mini luxury private 1-man 2-person tourist subs.
How deep can they go? What's their
Let's
oxygen
see.
range?
I just clicked the tab. Submarines for sale. Let's see. W Submarine MK3. Recreational tourism. Occupants 27 to 50 people. Let's see. That is how many zeros? $7,565,000.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. If you have $7 million to blow, then
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty awesome.
if you really want to fit 50 people in a sub.
But for that money, you could launch some serious shit into space.
There we go, an Ego Compact Semi-Sub. What is Semi-Sub? Does that really count?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it stays afloat. That's not a not a submarine.
That's a marine. It's not a submarine.
There we go. 2-person. Yeah, look at that death trap.
Oh, hell
Right
yeah.
there. Let's see, 2-person. That's only $80,000.
Okay. There
That's
are
cheaper
plenty of-
than some cars.
Yeah, you could get a more expensive car than that.
Some of these are just.
I mean, that's someone's trying to flex on you. Like, I've got a boat.
I've got a submarine.
I've got a submarine, bud. Shut your mouth. Also, my satellite is in orbit. Frank 1 is currently above Africa.
Oh my god.
I think that is a real bucket list.
That is definitely
Oh
a
my
bucket.
God.
That's something like
Yeah.
at the end of your life is like, I've got a satellite, and like somebody's like some old folks' home. So I have 2 kids and 2 granddaughters, and it's like I have a satellite in orbit. bitch.
Do you think people in
Old folks and elders and old folks, they compare and they're just like, I wish I was cool as Tom back there.
Tom, he has a satellite in orbit and a submarine. A personal submarine.
Is that a personal submarine? What did I do?
Yeah, do 100-year-olds and old folks home like
They just flex on each other.
My great granddaughter got a 1550 on the SAT. Apparently, never mind.
Bum, bum. No.
Never mind.
Lost your train of thought.
Yeah, it just wasn't gonna be interesting. But damn it, I didn't notice. I said it wasn't gonna be.
You wouldn't. You didn't have to say that, but you did.
I know, but I have integrity. See. Yeah. What do you consider? Like, what's your goal if you live to be 90 years old? What do you want to be like as a 90-year-old?
What I want to be like as a 90-year-old? I don't want to be the senile 90-year-old in the corner that's like, all these damn young kids and their iPods and I one thing that I hope that I do not become, I don't want to be the like out of touch grandpa in the corner who's so backward and out like a product of like 2020.
The early 2000s.
Yeah. Hey kids, remember those Rage comics? Haha, me gusta, literal face, haha, Rage, fuck, you know.
That would be a horrible existence. I can't wait to be like, oh, hey, little Johnny. Anyway, I was watching on YouTube, and he's like,
Grandpa, what's YouTube?
Grandpa, nobody watches YouTube anymore. It's like TV. Nobody watches YouTube anymore. So I was looking, I followed this guy on Instagram. Grandpa, nobody uses Instagram anymore.
Isn't that the thing with the annoying orange?
But like, how do you avoid that? I feel like once you cross a certain age, it's impossible to actually be in touch and be with it. As a person, but like perfectly smart, cool 40-year-olds are always like a month late on memes. I don't know why. Like, there's nothing stopping you from like looking up new memes. They just,
It's just they don't have the time to do it.
Yeah,
I
or, like-
imagine they do.
yeah.
I mean, if like busy fucking college students can keep up with memes and
Yeah, I think it's just an age thing where memes don't register until it's like 4 weeks after the fact.
then again, the humor that we have right now as our generation is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, we're the weirdest.
Have you seen those deep fried memes?
No,
Those are my favorite kinds of memes where it's just like, it's just absurd and random things that have no right to be funny.
do you
but
remember
you laugh
deep
at
into
them.
YouTube?
It's that. It's just random things that like they just cross this threshold of understanding where it's like you don't question why it's there or what it's doing in front of your eyes, but it's fucking hilarious.
God, I back in 8th grade, scrolling through the massive deep into YouTube playlist.
Remember that one, the Doggrass one?
Doggrass. Why was it funny? I don't know, but it was. Dog.
Put that in a time capsule, man. I'm gonna show that to my grandkids, and they're like, "Why is this funny?" It's like,
One of my favorite ones. This one's horrible, but like to be like in 8th grade or freshman year to watch this is just mind-blowingly funny. It's this 1980s commercial for like the Mac 2 or something, and it's like, with the new Mac 2, you can use the software to draw whatever you want. Or
oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Or you can edit images. Like, for example, you can make this guy have a way bigger nose, or you can take the Twin Towers out of the New York City skyline, and then it replaces that with video
It's
of
all
9/11.
for the best. It's all for the best. What's that? It's from Godspell. All for the best. Or
All for
something?
the best. Not from God. Maybe.
Whatever it was. You showed me. I think I don't know if it was Godspell or something else, but they filmed it on top of the Twin Towers.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't know.
9/11 humor.
9/11 humor.
I feel like for us, we were born after 9/11. The whole thing's just kind of like secretly funny. Like, we don't tell that to people who lived through it, but like low key, shit's kind of hilarious. The plane flies into
I feel
the
like there
tower.
should have been more time in between it becoming like from a tragedy transitioning into a joke.
But
Like the Holocaust, still like you can joke about that. That's still a horrible thing.
I think that there's something inherently less funny about labor camps and being corralled into a room to be killed with poisonous gas. But like, there's
Yeah.
just something a little bit comical about the plane flying right in.
Something deep inside of us is like that doesn't go in there.
Like, wait a minute. Plane's supposed to go above the skyscraper, not
It's
into
going
it.
into the building. Oh God, we're terrible.
We're sorry, 9/11 people, but yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if I was a part of a major tragedy or something, I'd probably try to make it kind of funny.
Yeah, I feel like that's in a way our generation's way of coping with a lot of these things, because a lot of people, coronavirus is spread and
Yeah.
it's kind of scary and it has some deaths under its belt, but we make memes of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there was a whole thing about like some missile that took out some like terrorists or something, or is it some organization, and everyone's like, World War III, World War III, World War III, we're gonna be drafted, boys. I love that one meme. It's like, guys only want one thing, and it's fucking disgusting, and it's to fight in a war. I don't know. It's just like it's our cultures.
Yeah.
Or it's our generation's way of just like taking things as they come.
Yeah, that's like my ultimate, like I've thought about, like, if I were to kill myself, how would I do it? And it's like, my answer is always that I would get a Twitter account and I would say, hey, yo, I've got some shit on the Clintons.
Oh,
I've got some serious dirt on Bill and Hillary Clinton. You hear me? I'm gonna leak all the documents tomorrow, and then I shoot myself in the back. Mm-hmm. You know,
like with a shotgun on a
with
string or something.
Yeah. I mean, and like the main point is that, like, I want to be the first person to kill myself and it be hilarious.
Like all your family members and everyone will be like, they're laughing about it.
How much
I have to be a really good joke.
comedic skill does that take to make you taking your own life hilarious? I'm not saying that you should do that.
Don't,
Yeah.
unless
It's like really
funny.
Unless it's like funny for the next 100 years before everyone who ever
Like
knew you
that's like
forgets
going
about
in the
you.
history books of
Yeah.
like funny. Mm-hmm. What I always wanted to do when I was little is like when I'm on my deathbed and like all my family's around me, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I've stashed $500 million in or like give them like a rabbit hole of like things to go find out and a bunch of clues, and at some point it just stops.
Well, it's like it would be kind of mean and messed up to give people mystery, like if you disappeared or if there's some conspiracy or if you actually try to frame it like it's a murder, because then your family and friends wouldn't get closure. Mm-hmm. But I would like to have a little bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
I want it to be an unsolved mystery, my death to be an unsolved mystery, when really I'm just fucking with everyone. I wonder if there's ever anything like that, because there are the mysterious, like, why did they kill themselves? Like, French kid leaves strange cipher, and maybe it was just to
fuck with people.
yeah.
I'm sure there's gotta be someone who's done that before.
Yeah, because like you're gonna die. Who cares? If you've already decided you want to take your own life, why not just go the extra mile?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So anyway,
This conversation got very morbid.
Yeah, that got
To
morbid.
9/11 to suicide.
Yeah, anyway, don't kill yourself, don't smoke, vote for Mike Bloomberg.
And don't fly planes into buildings.
Yeah.
That doesn't go there.
You know, the Columbine kids planned on boarding a plane and hijacking it and flying it into the Twin Towers, right?
Did they?
Yes.
Damn, the Twin Towers just had it out for him.
I know. It was like, so that was in 1999. First of all, Dylan Klebold's birthday is September 11th.
Yeah, Columbine happened on 420.
Yeah, it happened on 420.
It's also Hitler's birthday.
Also Hitler's birthday.
What an
The
invent.
numerology is just crazy for Columbine.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, because the point of Columbine invented the modern school shooting, but it wasn't really meant to be a shooting. Their bombs didn't work. They had malfunctioning bombs, and so they're like, I guess we just have to go shoot everyone. And their plan was that it was going to be a terrorist attack to outdo Timothy McVeigh and outdo the Oklahoma City bombings. Then they were going to go to Denver Airport, and they like had this plan to board a plane that was going to New York and to hijack the plane. And I'm pretty darn sure, don't quite quote me on this, but I swear I heard that they were planning on flying it into one of the Twin Towers.
Damn. Well, that just means that
They were psychic.
psychic, yeah. Either that or who I feel bad for not knowing, but what organization did the Twin Towers?
CIA.
Was it like Al Qaeda or something?
I mean, nobody took responsibility for it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
All the families of the culprits and whatnot all denied that it was a thing, but they suspected that it was associated with Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden, yeah, that's who it is. I was like, then he's just a copycat.
Yeah.
It's not original.
He doesn't even have any creativity.
Yeah, like seriously, man.
Yeah. There's the game Deus Ex or whatever it is.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, but there's a video game that came out a couple years before 9/11. That's part of the backstory, is that the Twin Towers are missing from the skyline.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Deus Ex. I just didn't know Deus Ex didn't have Machina in the title.
Yeah.
I just assume that comes after Deus Ex every time. But really, they like predicted that?
Yeah, they predicted that before 9/11.
Yeah, and what's the deal with Simpsons predicting things too?
Yeah, the Simpsons. I mean,
There's a strange amount of coincidences in a lot of media.
here's the problem with the Simpsons predicting stuff, is that the Simpsons have had so many episodes that if they do enough things and each episode is different, eventually there are going to be some pretty crazy coincidences. You have to take into account that for all the things that the Simpsons has predicted, they have not predicted a lot of other things. Or
That is very true.
yeah, like there's an episode of the Simpsons where Springfield gets a monorail system, right?
Oh yeah, the monorail.
Like Springfield, Oregon could have gotten a real monorail and we would have been like, the Simpsons predicted it, but it didn't happen, so we don't think of it that way. The Simpsons have just done so many things. Because I know they the Donald Trump presidency?
That's the one that everyone looks at,
Even though-
especially with the lines of the shots or whatever.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Trump ran in 2000, right? So they were like making fun of him. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe it was before that. But yeah, Simpsons needs to be canceled.
Yeah, there's a certain they've crossed the threshold of just existing too long.
Yeah.
Like
If they would have just quit while they were ahead.
Like The Simpsons is a great show, but anything great for too long, it will rot. It's
Yeah.
been alive for too long. It's like they call the Simpsons era the zombie Simpsons or something,
Yeah.
because it's let's take something like Gravity Falls. That was a really good show, and it was nice, short, and sweet. And Simpsons has just been dragged out
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah, it's just because if you pulled the plug on it at the right time, it would have just been this basically perfect run of a show that was so revolutionary. And now everyone has to respect The Simpsons, but you don't want to watch the new episodes of the...
Yeah, respect The Simpsons, but forget all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Like do they still make SpongeBob
I don't
episodes?
think so. But there's a new spin-off show that they're doing that
Right.
Steven Hillenburg specically did not want to do. And then as soon as he died, Nickelodeon's like, finally.
Money. They still replay, or they still play SpongeBob on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, of course.
Well, of course, yeah. But I mean, honestly, I that show was so legendary.
Yeah. And
If there's any show that perfectly is the show of the 2000s, Or did it come out? What year?
1999.
1990. So pretty much 2000s.
Yeah.
But like that encapsulates like because even today we're like obsessing over SpongeBob, even though like a lot like some people just never watch it, but they're like, oh, SpongeBob does the meme or like this.
Yeah, and SpongeBob has been pretty bad for a long time too. Mm-hmm. It's only the first 3 seasons that are really great, but they captured the public's imagination so thoroughly that it just became a legendary juggernaut of a show. I used to watch the first 3 seasons because those were the only ones that you could. Back when Netflix was like the blue play button or the red ad button. Those were the only seasons of SpongeBob that weren't up for that weren't just ads. You could stream them online, and I used to play it. And my dad used to come into my room and just watch SpongeBob with me because he liked it too. Like it was the perfect show that appealed to kids entirely and appealed to adults entirely.
The whole thing with like, oh, the kids can relate to SpongeBob and the adults can relate to Squidward. What? Like,
yeah, no one really. It's like the jokes are still funny even if you're old. It's not, they didn't do the thing where there are the jokes for the kids and the jokes for the adults. They just hide innuendos. It's just funny.
It's just funny.
Yeah. SpongeBob was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the Sonic movie?
No, I have not.
It is strange.
I see. I know they're kind of into Olive Garden in that movie.
Yes. Okay. There's weird product placements. Weird product. First, the movie isn't terrible. It's charming, I'd say the least. It's not a great movie because it's like the classic whole like buddy adventure movie. It's like, oh, you got me into this mess, now you have to get me out, and they go on a road trip and they have to like watch out for the bad guy, and he has to get home, and then he does, but then they find friendship in the end, and the whole like stereotypical cliche adventure friend movie. But like it's like Jim Carrey as Robotnik was actually like really enjoyable. Like you can tell in the role he had like so much fun with it. Like there's this whole like dance sequence that he does is probably my favorite scene in the movie as a whole. But like, it's all right.
But it is weird.
It is weird, yeah. Especially with the whole redesign they did with Sonic.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't go with the original one.
Rip the animators.
They ripped the animators. Didn't they like fire a bunch of them too?
Yeah, like right after.
Yeah. What a way to get shit on, man. That feels terrible.
Yeah, apparently being an animator is about as bad as being a janitor.
Yeah.
As far as it's like you get paid better and you do something more fun, but then you just get crazily overworked, and then they pull the plug on your company because I guess, I don't know, companies are monopolizing, or it's just always under budget, and that's why special effects have gotten worse. Is because people realize that they can, and people will still see the movie even if the CGI looks terrible.
That's what what's your opinion on the Disney live action movies?
I haven't watched any of them, but I don't like the idea. Just make new movies. Dang it.
I hate. It's like, we just need originality. Like, Disney, please.
Yeah.
You were original, and now you're not. Like, the main reason anyone goes and sees them is because it's parents being like, oh, I saw that. I want to show my kids that. Just show them the original.
Because that's going to be better.
Because that's the thing you remembered.
Yeah,
this is not.
Don't fly out to Africa and film nothing and then put CGI over it and call it live action, first of all. It's not live action.
It's not.
Yeah.
You can't. Okay, with the Lion King live action, you can't get any. Like, to a certain extent, they do things with animals' faces when they anthropomorphize them. In like the Lion King, they give them human characteristics. When you just give a lion lines to read and you animate it like that, you don't get emotion from that. It's a lion. It's not.
The Babe movies were done, the special effects were done by Jim Henson Workshop in the 90s. Those are pretty cool because they have trained animals for wide shots where there's no dialogue, but then they have really, really good looking puppets for the close-up shots where there are dialogue. And as far as like realistic animal anthropomorphization and special effects, it looks really darn good. But yeah, I haven't seen The Lion King, but I've only heard horrible things.
Yeah, I don't want to watch any of the Disney live action. Mainly, it's just like, if you don't want to see them, don't go see them.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want them to happen, I hate it when people are like, oh my God,
I just got back from the movie.
why does this movie have to be made? And then they go see it.
Yeah.
It's like you're telling them that there's profit in this, so then you go see it. It's like, if you don't want it made, don't go and see it.
Yeah.
Because then you're telling them no.
So how are we gonna do some like white collar crime against Disney's stock every time they release a new live action movie?
We gotta like, oh.
Like we have to start like we have to like Me Too one of their executives, or I don't know, make one of the Disney like toys poisonous or something.
Oh, or like we could claim that like, oh, the movie caused an epileptic seizure or something.
Yeah, or well, the most down and dirty way to do it, and this just requires more people, is to do a terrorist attack at Disneyland every single time one of those movies comes out. That's gonna make their stock go way down.
I love this stream, how we went from a lot of major terrorism, and then we're like, Disney's going down.
Disney's going down, because we just have to figure out a way. Because the thing about a terrorist attack is that it's not the issue as far as Disney's concerned is that people are going to be way more apprehensive to go to Disneyland, not because it's less safe, but just because they're antsy and scared, and their stock's going to go down, and that's all they really care about. So if we could just figure out a way to do a major terrorist attack at Disneyland without actually hurting anyone.
Please let it be known that we are not actually planning an attack on Disneyland. Please.
Well, okay, if we don't actually hurt anyone, what's the real harm in that? All we're doing, like, okay, we can bust some rides. We can tell everyone on a ride, hey, evacuate right now, and then or go to a ride on Disneyland that nobody goes on at like 11 p.m. and plant the bombs, make sure that no one's on it. You know the escape route. You jump out of the thing and go down the little emergency escape route that only the staff are allowed to go to. You blow the thing up. The only people that you're hurting are major corporate fat cats who are milking these old copyright properties for all they're worth with these new live action movies. And I guess it kind of sucks to have to rebuild the thing, and it sucks for kids who want to go to Disneyland, and now this ride that nobody goes on anyway is closed, or people are apprehensive to because there was a terrorist attack. But I don't know. I think I can rationalize myself into thinking it's okay. You're not really harming anyone on the bottom.
I would agree with that if I were not on stream right now. If I were not, yes, I would totally go to Disney and do that.
No, Frank, that's horrible.
No, Frank,
stop streaming. Okay.
So we have the plans, blueprints set out.
Senior trip. Senior trip. You know what I've been thinking? So they did the whole assembly and senior trip, right? There's just
was that the last assembly?
Yeah, the last assembly.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Well, Mrs. Lee is just don't do anything stupid. And if you do anything bad, you will get sent home and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm sitting there thinking, hold on a second. If I just get a tiny little vial, right, of powdered milk, and I rectally smuggle it into Disneyland, how is that bad? It's not drugs. If I smuggle a tiny amount of a completely, so it's not like a butt plug or anything. I just smuggle a tiny amount of a completely benign material up my ass. And even if they find out about it, I haven't broken any rules. It's just powdered milk. You can test it. It's not cocaine.
What are they supposed to do in that situation?
Exactly.
Just let you continue doing it?
I'm not doing anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with powdered milk.
Right, yeah. They're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Weird, but fine.
Go ahead.
Go back to bed, Frank. I'm halfway tempted to do that just to prove a point. Just because it would be hilarious.
You know what? You should just buy things of flour and get a bunch of because overnight they put the tape on the door.
Yeah.
So in the morning, you just break the tape just so they come and check. And in the morning they come and they look in, and then it's just lines and lines of flour all over. That's
the other question: is if you're snorting flour, is that inherently bad? is the act of putting powder up your nose bad, or does it have to be a narcotic?
Because you could just like putting strange substances in your body, and is that
Yeah.
illegal?
No. And it, you know,
Yeah, I snort sand.
there's nothing there's nothing about Christianity that prohibits you from like snorting things. It's just you don't want to be intoxicated by a substance that's taking over your more godly motives. I think that the issue is that you'll get busted just for breaking the tape.
Yeah.
But like I really don't see a way that they could figure out how to send me back early from the senior trip if I smuggle powdered milk.
Well, if you're really up for that,
Be my guest, Frank. Go right.
go right on
I'm
ahead.
not gonna stop you.
I would gladly love to see how that would turn out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what's the craziest thing that's ever happened on a Monte Vista trip. Like, what have kids managed to do?
I'm trying to think of anything crazy on our trip, but nothing
Yeah.
really. Like, one kid lost their passport before they left, but then they found it.
Yeah.
It's not really that crazy.
I remember freshman year musical. Reese and Isabella wanted to sit next to each other, and Dr. Daner was like, "No, we can't have boys and girls sit next to each other." And they were like, "Why?" And Dr. Daner was like, "We've had stuff happen before." Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, who would do that?
Okay, this is funny. So I probably told you the story already, the Japan trip thing. So because I was in your room for the Japan trip, right?
Yeah,
But I
Well,
wasn't in your room.
You were never in my. Me and Reed had a room to ourselves.
Because for like the first 3 nights, I went and I hung out with it was like
It was Jay,
Kaylin,
Jay,
Jay.
Marissa, Kaylin, and
Yeah,
Marissa.
and we all
not,
just-
not Marissa and Maya.
yeah, Marissa and Marissa.
Yeah.
But we just hung out in the room. We just watched anime like the whole night.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious because when the teachers find out, they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god."
And Miss Linder came in while
Miss
you were taking
Linder,
a shower.
Okay, yeah. So I was in the shower, and like we're all cool about this. Like this isn't weird. Like we have sleepovers at my house,
Yeah.
and we watch anime and we play games. And this isn't
Take
weird.
showers.
Take shower. But like I was in the shower because I spent the night over in their room, and like then Miss Linder knocks on the door. Kaylin opens the door, and then Jay's there too, and she's like, "2 people, who's in the shower?" Because there's a third person in the room that's not supposed to be there. And it's like, Kaylin's like, "Oh, it's just Ty." And then I wasn't there to see it, but Kaylin tells me her face just went like
Yeah.
like completely.
She was still scolding you by the time she brought you back to our room.
But it was hilarious because I was just, when she was scolding me, I was just sitting there like, I knew this was gonna happen.
It was only a matter of time.
It was only a matter of time before.
That's the way that you sneak out
yeah,
of rooms,
but-
right? Is when they do the room checks, you just have a Bluetooth speaker with a recording of you going "Hi" or something.
Yeah, they
And then when
they
they're
don't
like-
they check now.
Yeah, well, because then when they're like, "Oh, who's in the shower?" You're like, "Oh, that's Ty," and then someone on cue presses the button on their phone, and they hear "Hi" and Ty's voice from the shower, when really you're like somewhere else.
Yeah. See, at least on that trip, at least I had Sensei.
Yeah.
And Sensei knows we're not like doing anything inappropriate in there.
Yeah,
Sensei's such a cool teacher.
Sensei is pretty awesome. Subete no Sensei.
no Sensei.
But yeah, to me, it's a fun game. Like, I don't want to do bad things. I just want to figure out the worst thing that I can do within a given set of parameters.
The worst things to do within the rules.
No, not within the rules, but within what you can pull off.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that I want to go crazy and be obscene. It's that I just want to like do a proof of concept.
Yeah.
Because like, what if it was cocaine in my ass? They don't do like anal checks.
Now they're gonna have to.
Hi, Mr. Tally.
Oh my god.
So yeah, senior trip's gonna be crazy. We are going to have a terrorist attack. We're gonna smuggle drugs.
100%.
100%. We're gonna have people in the shower. In the room. Yeah, all 4 of us right here.
All 4 of us right here.
Yep. 4th one's in the shower. Don't worry. Meanwhile, the 4th one is out planting the bombs and.
Nobody rides It's a Small World anymore.
People are. I'm doing a service to humanity by destroying It's a Small World.
Because let's be honest, it's really not a small world.
No, the world is about the size of the Earth. I think the world is actually medium sized when you think about it.
I think it's like Vente Grande size.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess the idea is that it's a small world because there's so many people consolidated at Disneyland. Like, did you hear about there's this couple who realized that there's a picture of them together when they were both like 3 years old at Disney World?
Really?
Yeah, because it was just a picture of one of their families took of them, and then the other one was in the background. It just happened to be, and they didn't meet until they were in their 20s or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's pretty intriguing.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
Pretty fascinating.
Yeah, the first time I ever went to Disneyland was last year, the Anaheim choir trip.
Oh, really?
I'd never been to Disneyland.
What do you think?
It was cool. I was very impressed by the creativity of the rides. And just the whole atmosphere is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fun place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which ride do you think we're gonna plant the ball on?
Well, the problem.
What's your least favorite ride?
I don't think that the problem is that we can't do that willy nilly. It has to coincide with one of the live action movie releases.
Mulan.
Oh, is Mulan coming out next weekend?
Mulan's coming out pretty soon. I don't know when, but
hopefully it's either.
and that's that movie's already got people riled up.
Oh yeah,
because it's not
Does like a white girl play Mulan or something?
No, they say a lot of people like it better because it's a more accurate portrayal of like the everything, but they're taking. It's not a musical, so one of the most iconic songs. Let's get down to biz. That's not in it. What else? They're taking Mushu out of it, but they're not taking all the magical things out. That's weird. They're taking Wushu out, but they in the trailers they introduce like this weird like sorceress woman who's like evil or whatever. I don't know, but like they just make a lot of changes that people are like, what? Why is it? It's funny because. It's like they want it separate from the original. Yeah. The original Disney thing. It's like, oh, this is something new. But in the trailer they use like motifs from Reflection, the song. They use it in the trailer, and it's like if you want it not that, then why are you using music from that? Yeah. I don't know. What Disney's gonna do? What Disney's gonna do? Disney's just like, man. They're still gonna make money though. They're still gonna make money. That's why we need people just need to not see these movies. People need to. Stock of Disney needs to go way down every time one of those movies comes out because people aren't going to Disney. Stick it to them. Yeah. Molotov cocktail every retail Disney store. Yeah, there's no other way. That's my real political conviction. It's like that's what I'm willing to have a revolution for. Revolution, comrade. Disney needs to stop making these stupid movies. People went from real world issues like terrorism, environmental issues. People need to stop watching live action Disney movies. I know. That's the real issue. There's a lot of things wrong with this world. Yeah. But I think that's the root cause of evil itself. Of course. Everything was great before Jungle Book came out or whatever it was. Ugh. Those were the good old days. Who played the big monkey? What was it? What was his name? He talks like this, and he has kind of a funny accent. Oh, fuck. Christopher Walken? Yeah, he played the big monkey. And he sang Louis Prima's, ooh, I want to sing like you. But he sung it in his, like, voice. So he's not singing it, he's speaking. It was so... Have you seen that movie?
I have not. I have not seen... I'm a good person. I have not seen any of the Disney live
I
action
saw that
movies.
movie, I think, on like Netflix or something. It's so weird. Because they have Bill Murray as Baloo. Weird.
Yeah. Hear that, Disney?
You hear that?
Yeah.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you. Senior trip. Be ready.
Oh my god.
Is it humane to have plane flights from San Jose to LAX?
Humane?
As in, like, the lack of fuel efficiency in making that short of a plane flight has got to be some staggering amount of money that they're blowing just for slight convenience that they could be putting towards, like, more humanitarian efforts. Which, of course, that applies to everything, but specifically when you're flying a commercial airliner
Right.
for a 1 hour flight. It takes like 45. I've flown from San Jose to LAX before. It was like 45 minutes.
I think my dad's done that before, yeah.
Yeah. And it was just a
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like,
weird junction.
like, Hawaii isn't that far away, just drive.
I've
You're
always
wasting precious fuel, just drive to Hawaii.
that was one of my fantasies as a kid. That's what I always wondered. When are we going to have a Trans-Pacific bridge?
They did that in like The Simpsons, I think. Yeah.
And then the Simpsons will have predicted it because that'd be so cool to drive across the Pacific Ocean and there's restaurant hotel like every 30 miles or so.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah.
But like it's
I like how we were
impossible.
talking about wasting resources, and then we're talking about let's build a road to Hawaii.
You said there could be a fast lane from LA to Tokyo. The song there will make sense.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I have no principles.
What?
I have no principles.
Principles?
No, because I think it's bad to fly from San Jose to LA. But I think it's totally awesome to just make a gigantic bridge that destroys the environment and costs billions upon billions of dollars just for the hell of it. These would be cool.
Just, just cuz.
Yeah.
And we can build a road from Hawaii to Japan.
Yeah.
We don't need to fly over.
Hawaii.
How long is the flight from United States or from here to Japan? How long was it?
Like
14 hours?
12, 13 hours.
13 hours? I wonder how long that is driving.
Really long time. Yeah. But I mean, it's on like a 15-lane highway. Yeah. Which there's nobody on because nobody wants to drive.
Nobody wants to go that far.
Nobody wants to drive from San Francisco to Tokyo. But so you could just like drift the whole time.
Yeah.
Have the whole thing to yourself.
You could just like...
And there are no cops on there.
There's no hotels to stop. You can just stop your car on the highway because nobody's coming.
Yeah, there's no cops because who would...
If you're
what
gonna
cop
crash,
wants
you're
to
not
be
gonna crash
stationed?
into anyone. You're not gonna hit anything. There's like barely any other cars.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just go 120 miles per hour. There's a gas station.
Honestly, that's the only way you're gonna make it there in a reasonable amount of time.
Well, okay, but what
Reasonable
if,
amount of time.
Well, what if it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like an Elon Musk type situation.
Oh, okay.
Where it allows you to go super duper fast, and it's like these barely curved highways, the way they manufacture it, where it's like, you know, at the airport when you want to walk a little bit faster, you can get on the walk a little bit faster.
Like
thingy.
those.
It's like one of those,
Like car treadmills.
Yeah, like a car treadmill, except now you're going like 300 miles per hour.
Oh my god. I don't want to even think of how a crash would like turn out there. We can make that happen. Well, we'll make that happen.
Yeah. Right after I get my satellite.
Yeah, right after we get our satellite. Right after we buy our submarine.
We buy our submarine we go to Tokyo first. Yeah, I wonder how far you can make it in one of those little rinky-dink personal submarines. Having enough food.
I hate
because people go across the Pacific in like rowboats. You know, because they're rad. I bet you could do that with a submarine.
That's one of those things like I have a satellite. Well, I rode across the Pacific in a rowboat. So there's one of the things you have to.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty good.
Did you hear about the guy who
Great scientific feats, great physical feats.
the guy who walked across Antarctica?
Really?
Yeah, recently, like last year or the year
Just
before,
going
or
out
something
for
like
a
that.
midday stroll.
Yeah, it was in the winter. It was in the winter between 2018 and 2019. That was his big thing: is no sled, no dogs, just walking across Antarctica with a gigantic backpack. Like he was.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and he made it.
How long? Do you know how long that took him?
Many days at least. It's got to be tons of time. Antarctica's pretty big.
Mm-hmm. That's incredible, though.
Yeah. I feel like that guy's cooler than me, even if I have
A satellite in
orbit.
space. Well, at that point, you're comparing like two different kind of accomplishments.
Yeah.
You know, there's like scientific accomplishments, or like, you know, to be able to actually get that done by yourself.
Yeah.
And there's like physical feat accomplishments. It's like, oh, I rode this distance, or I walked across Antarctica. You know.
Yeah. Man, that guy's cool.
That guy is cool though.
Well, our time is coming to a close.
Ah, I see.
It's been a very intriguing podcast.
It has been a very intriguing 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been a very like intersecting of ideas.
Yes, a lot of dark ideas though. Surprisingly.
Yeah, that got very morbid, but you know, that's such is our generation. That's how we operate. We're not afraid to delve into the deepest, darkest depths of our psyche.
And create very, very shitty memes.
Yeah. But you know what? Other generations didn't have any memes.
So I think
Take that.
we're better.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that, boomers.
Yeah. Where boomers have got boomer memes.
No, they do have boomer memes.
But that's only after we invented the memes.
That is true.
Yeah. So
But they did have boomer comics before we had memes.
like Garfield and shit.
Well, they had
Like Doonesbury and
yeah, I think
Blondie and
good old classics.
yeah, but those aren't really memes. Those have recurring characters and plot lines and stuff.
Well, I mean, memes have recurring characters.
Yeah, but in a different way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're not really the generation that invented memes. There were memes before we were born.
Yeah.
But the millennials,
I think our generation popularized them
Yeah.
and made them more mainstream.
we salute the millennials for creating the memes. We salute ourselves for
Partaking in them.
for partaking in them. And yeah, live a good life. And now I have to walk away to stop streaming.
Yes, and I have to sit here and stare at the camera.